Beat them senseless.
You and me and you, we gonna throw down. That's right, we gonna get serious.
You can run, but you can't hide.
It's time for the Fuller Broadcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fuller Broadcast Mania Show. I do live interviews from fighters from the UFC, any MMA, martial arts events, Bellator, BKFC, BYB, you name it. I get them on here to talk about their fights, their career, and what they're doing. And let's bring on T Zizzle. I guess that's his nickname now. I've been trying to get.
What's up, brother? He's gonna be doing my interview for me, man.
Oh, that's awesome. It's cute.
What's up, brother?
So how you doing today?
Oh, I'm good, man. How are you, brother? How about yourself?
Man, I'm doing all right. You know, dealing with work and my 5 kids and just trying to get my show going up again. You know, just doing a lot of work.
I understand, man. I have 4 cats, so we're both fathers.
How many kids you got?
Oh, I don't have kids. I have 4 cats.
Oh, well, that's still being a father, man. You got to take care of the cats too,
That's right, man. My girlfriend pretty much handles that. I'm like the fun dad,
Yeah, all right. Welcome to my sponsors on here. He popped up and said, "What's up?" BITCH. That's all right, London. How you doing, bro? All right, so let's start off with the questions. What gym you represent, and who's your management of the gym?
Clinch Martial Arts. Owner is Christian Durr, man. I got shout out all my teammates. Too many to name. And then I'm managed by Sucker Punch. Brian Butler, Chad Lastly, Chris Creech, Hamper, all these guys, the best management team in the world, best gym in the world, best everything in the world going on over here, brother.
That's good. So, during your years of fighting and training and everything you're doing, what kind of experience you have? Jiu-jitsu, wrestling, kickboxing, Muay Thai, MMA?
Man, I started wrestling at the ripe young age of 4 years old and, grew up wrestling all the way through high school, wrestled a couple years at college. And, that led me to this. I always knew from a very young age that I wanted to fight, probably 7, 8 years old, I knew this is what I wanted to do. So, we're closing in on 4 years ago. I made my amateur debut.
So before I go on a commercial break and ask you more questions, so your first Emmy fight, what was it like when you started up?
Man, it was like, I was just telling somebody this today. It wasn't a much different feeling from being in school and a motherfucker was talking shit at school. So you'd have to be like, all right, then 3 o'clock, let's go. It was the same feeling, it just I woke up and I was just like, damn, 7 o'clock, I'm about to whoop this guy's ass, just like in school, so it wasn't too foreign of a feeling, once I walked out and I saw the lights and the cage and shit. It was just really, it felt like I was living in a dream, a moment that I had seen in my head a million times before. And here it was, and then the shit, I was out of there as quick as I was in there, man. I think my first fight was like 50 seconds. I submitted the guy. Had a staph infection on my right hand. I couldn't even make a fist, just everything that could and would go wrong was until I got in the cage. That's when everything started going right.
That's good. That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So we're going to take a first commercial break with our sponsor. Make sure you guys watch this video. Me and my kids are making cool videos for our sponsors. Make sure you give the sponsors a like, a follow, and a share. Let's check them out. Delicious of Arizona food truck. If you guys have a sweet tooth, this is for you. Our local food truck here in Castle Grande, Eloy, they go to a lot of local events. So go look on their page, give them a like and follow and a share. And believe me, you have sweet tooth for their sweets. Thank you for your sponsor. All right, welcome back. So, before we talk about your next fight, let's talk about your last fight, how that fight went and how it went overall.
Man, my last fight in Tulsa, Oklahoma, my backyard. Fought Jacob Capelli, 18 fight pro. He was a vet, he'd been around. And I don't know what kind of testing they're doing, bro. But if you take one look at this guy, bro, you're not necessarily sure this guy's all natural. You know what I mean? Maybe he just lifts a lot or some shit. But he's a big old boy. But so big that a couple weeks out from the fight, they give us a call. We're not gonna make weight. Can we do a catch weight? Can we do 60, 65? So we did 65. And then, man, I went in there, and dispatched him pretty quick. I think it was like a minute and a half. Went out there, kind of danced around a little bit, clapped him with a right hook, and then I clapped him pretty good. And I was like, oh, shit, this guy, if I was him, I'd really be wanting to get that one back, So he came at me with some, like, spinning shit, and I ducked it, took him down. And that's when it was all over, man. I hit him with a nice little elbow on the ground. Then he decided to turn over and gave me his back, his neck, and his ass. He gave me all of the above. I took it all and submitted him and got out of there. Ran and jumped into the crowd, said what's up to my homies. They didn't like that too much. They got onto me for jumping out the cage. But when you're at home,
And get that emotion up more,
Shit, it was really just like, damn, like I see all these, like I sold a good amount of tickets, so I wanted to give these people something, because the fight wasn't that long. It wasn't too memorable. I took him out pretty quick. So I had to get out there and, show my appreciation and love to the Oklahoma fans and friends and family,
So this last fight you had, you were just talking about catch weight, make weight. What are you a type of guy that wants to fight weight with weight, or you don't mind doing catch weight or anything like that?
I mean, it's annoying whenever you signed a contract for a weight and then they want to like renegotiate. Like, motherfucker, we signed the contract. Like, you knew what it was, bro, and now you want to be like, oh, it's one thing if somebody's like from the beginning, hey, let's go 65, and I'll probably just say no, I'll fight at 55, just because when you look at the UFC, what are there ain't, you see a 165-pound weight class? You see any of that bullshit anywhere? No. So I want to fight at a real weight class, my weight class, the weight class I feel like I'm going to be, that I'm the best in the world in, So that's just what I like to do. I like to do it, the way it's supposed to be done, the way it's going to be done in the big leagues. I'm a big leaguer. Okay, so I'm, even though we're not in the big leagues yet, I am a big leaguer. So that we do shit big league way. And when these guys, want to renegotiate, it'll piss you off. And it's like, how do you know 3 weeks out that you can't make the weight? How the fuck do you know that? I bet he wasn't heavier than I was.
That's true. I don't understand why some fighters, like, they know not even like 2 months out they have a fight, and then what do you say, a couple weeks, it's hard for them to make the weight. It's like, man, I'm going to piss him off because I'm not going to be able to make weight, so I'm going to have to fight catch weight. So, I mean.
And I think I'm extra sensitive to it, a little extra frustrated, because I think of my 9 pro bouts, I just like half of them have missed weight, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
Wow. Dude, but you get most of that money anyway if they don't make their weight, right?
Well, here's the thing. Half of these fuckers will be like, I'm not giving up my purse. And if he wants to take my purse, I'll just not fight, So it's like they put you in a sticky spot. I sold all these tickets. I really want to whoop his ass. I want to advance my career. I've done this whole fucking training, so it can be tough. I don't think that I don't know if I've ever got opponent. I got opponent's purse one time, of all these times I've had guys miss weight. One guy, was like, yeah, he deserves my purse and we'll still fight, The others are like, he takes any of my money, I'm not fighting. So
yeah, that's a shame that some fighters gotta end up doing that. So hopefully they'll learn their lesson in the future,
Yeah, but in the future, I've already fought him, so I don't really give a fuck what they
That's true. Yeah, you got a point right there, man. All right, so we're gonna ask another question. We're gonna go to another commercial break with one of our special sponsors. She's my co-host wife, so we'll talk about
Okay.
that in a few minutes. So we don't know when your next fight is, or if you already have one set up. So do
Shit,
you
it's
know?
it's Sunday, bro. It's Sunday.
Oh, really? I
January
thought.
20 January 21st, brother. I'm fighting, man. This is a done deal, bro.
Yeah, you're right. I saw that post. I was thinking that you wouldn't have a fight till like a couple weeks from now. My bad.
Oh, you're
So,
good, man.
so guys, listen up. He's going to give you information about his fight right now, where it's going to be at, and get ready to watch it.
Houston, Texas for Fury FC Sunday. Main card starts at 4:30 p.m. I'm the main event, and then there is one post slim that they're calling the main event. Okay, but we know the truth. We know that I'm the main event.
That's your boy, Jason Wayne.
Oh shit. Okay, it's just on my shit. It just pops up Facebook user. So if I don't shout y'all out, you know.
Hey, it's on my fault. Some sometimes the Facebook users have to approve their profile to be able to show their picture live on my show. So I think sometimes they don't want to show their faces, who they are. You know what I mean?
I was trying to click go sign through Facebook, but I forgot my password. It was asking for my password, so I just went through my Google account. I don't even know what I did, bro. But here we are, you know. So Fury 85, Houston, Texas, fighting Hector Signs. Shit, y'all tune in. It's on Fight Pass. Y'all know what's up.
All right. So what I'm going to do is share that with your live interview. And after we get off, send me the information and I'll share it. Let everybody else know about it.
Let's go.
All right. So what's up, Matt Nighthawk? What's up, man? Glad things are good. All right. So let's take a commercial break and see the special ad from my co-host. His wife owns this show. I'm sorry, not show, the business. It's called Twisted Witches Stitches. Where are you at? Owned by Stackery, my co-host's wife. They make a lot. They make shirts, cups. I forgot what there's those stitches of like stuffed animals and stuff. She makes those for birthdays, holidays, you know, for your loved ones. Just go check them out. Give them a like, share, and let's go. All right, so you're gonna love this one, but I'm gonna ask this question a little bit later about your sponsors and coaches. So, what is your training routine like from going from the Emmy to being a pro? So, is it different or you keep it the same?
Well, it is different, but it's not different because I'm Ami and then pro. You know, the big difference, you know, between Ami and pro for me was I had a day job, you know, and I was getting fed up. You know, shit. There might be some people from my old job on here watching this shit. You know, so what's up if y'all are? But I used to work at this company in Pryor, Oklahoma. You know, it's just a little bit, you know, 20 minutes from Claremore, my hometown, and I would go to work, you know, from 7 to 3:30, and then I would just train after that. You know, I got one a day, and then, you know, I started getting fed up with the work bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I I got fired. You know, but yeah, I got fired. You know, you can't say to your boss some of the things I said. You know, I found out. You know, so
just show them your muscles. They'll hire you back.
I think this is you know, I burned the bridge, okay, for lack of better words, but it was you know, it was good for me, and I got fired. I think a week before my pro debut, or 2 weeks before I think it was 2 weeks before my pro debut. So I just found some morning sessions. You know, it was at Clinch Martial Arts. I started training there in the mornings, and I was still training at Paycheck Martial Arts in Claremore at night. And I was like, oh, I'm going to get another job, you know? And then once I started training like that, I was like, I can't go back. I don't want to work. I can't do it. So I was like, fuck it. I got this pro debut check coming. I got another check from work coming. Like, I'm going to be all right financially. So I didn't even tell like my family. I didn't tell anyone I got fired, bro. And then I won the fight. And then I'm like, okay, I'm about to have to get a job after this, And then they're like, you want to fight again next month? I'm like, oh shit. Like if I do that, I don't have to get a job. So then I won that one. They're like, you want to fight again in 2 months? And I'm like, oh shit. Like I can make this work. And then I fought again. And then, I had COVID when I fought my third pro fight, and it was pretty much, if you haven't seen it, pretty much me getting my ass whooped until the last like 2 minutes. I take the guy down and choke him. And then I threw up in the cage, right after.
Oh, Lord.
And after that one, I'm in the hospital and I get out and the next day, I start telling everybody, look, like I haven't had a job. I've been training full time. I'm telling my family, I'm like, I haven't had a job. Like, they're like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a fucking pro fighter, bro. Like, I've been getting by on fucking $1,500, $2,000, for these early pro fights, like this is what I've been getting by on. And my amazing sponsors, thankfully helped me out at the time. And it was just, but once I got fired from the job, I started getting to train twice a day. And then, it was over with after that. I knew once I started training like that, I was like, I can't go back, so that was the big difference between AMI and pro was the day job and getting fired, so thank you guys for firing me because I wanted to leave for a long time, but I don't know if I ever really would have quit, it was like one of those things.
Yeah, I know sometimes in professional combat sports, it's sometimes it's a struggle for some fighters because it's hard for them to pick up sponsors, the traveling, the training, all that money has got to be used for all your training and hotels, what you need. But I think don't get me wrong, but I think some promotions pay for your flight and hotel.
It's different case by case. And, man, it's not easy, bro. There's times where it's like, man, I wish I had that fucking job so then I could have steady money, But at the end of the day, my whole goal when I started was like, obviously UFC, all the shit, same shit everybody else says. I was like, man, if I can get to a point where I ain't got to work a day job, shit, that's a win, bro. Because I get to just do whatever I want, like
right.
And then, I mean, within reason, like I'm not a millionaire, but, it's like, fuck if we go train in the morning while everybody else is at work, if me and my fucking homies want to fucking kick it and watch some bullshit, we're kicking it, watching some bullshit in between trainings. If I want to take a nap, I take a nap. If I want to, whatever I want to do, I do. So really in that sense, I'm a rich man. I get to train as much as I want, chill as much as I want, and do whatever the fuck I want without anyone telling me I can't do it. So that's the best. It's the best, man. I'm living a blessed life, and I'm really thankful.
You know what I like about you? You
What's
tell
that?
it like it is. You got that mouth on you like I got, but I can't be like that in front of my kids 24/7. You know what I mean?
No,
it's like shit. Oh, my bad, but that's okay.
Well, man, luckily for me, I don't have those responsibilities. I got the forecast, but they're all right, man. I think they can take the heat.
They're watching you though. All right, so let's talk about. I want to talk about your sponsors, the coaches. So your sponsors that support you and the coaches. What is it like with those support system you have?
Man, it really means a lot because when I first had this dream, and when I first expressed it, this is back when I was still wrestling. I tell my roommates, man, I fucking hate school. I hate school. I don't even want to wrestle. I just wish I fought MMA and did what I'm doing now. This is what I was wishing for. And my friends would tell me, oh, you can't just do what you want. Like you got to do shit you don't want to do. And then whenever I told my family I wanted to fight, I wasn't met with a welcoming parade. It was it's not the smart thing to do, and really you're not gonna do it. I didn't have any support. Nobody supported me. It was just me. Only I believed. And now I mean, I've got more people that support me and care for me and help me out than I can ever count or ever repay, you know? So I'm just like seeing the support I have now, you know, it is, I never thought that it would be like this, you know, like, you know, not I figured once I got in the UFC, everybody be trying to jump on the train, you know, but it's
Right.
support, you know, I got a lot of support and, you know, the way I get to live, you know, like we were talking about, no job, no, all of this, like, and all the people, you know, I've got a big, you know, a big family that takes care of me, man. It takes a fucking army to get me into the cage, bro, because I'm that kid that didn't turn in his homework, bro. It's a pain in the ass to get me to the doctor to do my medicals. It's a pain in the ass to get me to do my blood work. But when you put me in the cage, you know, it's go time. That's what I do, you know. But thankfully, I've got an army supporting me, bro. I just feel like, you know, just so grateful.
That's good. That's good because that support behind you helps you build your, I would say your emotional, the strategy, the mindset that you need before you get in that ring, especially with your coaches. So, what's your coaches like?
Man, you know, Christian Durr is my jiu-jitsu coach. Larry Paycheck's my jiu-jitsu coach. Um, Mike Hayes, my striking coach, man, all these guys, you know, Larry is my first coach, man. He picked me up when I was just a fucking hopeless kid. You know, I was supposed to go back to school and wrestle. I really, you know, if I'd have done that, man, I'd have fucked up because I wouldn't have done my shit. I wouldn't have taken care of business at the time. I was just a 19-year-old kid. I didn't want to do school, man. I could wrestle, you know, I wanted to wrestle, but I wouldn't have done the things that would have got me to the mat, you know. So, you know, Larry, you know, pretty much picked up a hopeless kid and turned chicken shit into chicken salad, as our boy Brock Lesnar said on The Ultimate Fighter. Um,
Right. All
but
right.
then Christian Durr, man, this guy, you know, this guy has really helped me out. He's a stud, man. When you roll with him, this guy's 50 years old and he whoops everybody's ass, you know. And Mike Hayes, you know, he is my first and only striking coach I've ever had. I had my first 4 amateur fights with no striking, you know. So when this guy found me after I started working with this guy, you know, I went on a 7-fight win streak. 5 of them were pro, you know. So this guy, you know, this guy's really helped me out. All 3 of these guys, you know, have played their part, and without them, you know, I wouldn't be where I am.
That's good. I mean, like I said, all that support you got backing you up, it keeps you pushing forward, keep you going. And I mean, I'm sure you're what, 25, 24, 25?
24 and a half.
You still got years ahead of you, bro. You still got like 20 years maybe. You can fight till you're like 50. You know?
Man, I plan on fighting until I'm at least 38, man.
Oh, come on. I know you can fight bare knuckle when you're at 50.
Shit, yeah, right. I mean, I think, you know, probably, you know, I don't know, man. Maybe after 38, after so many years, I'll have my you know, I'll be done, you know, but maybe not. I don't think I'm gonna be that old man doing bare knuckle, but I think, you know, maybe I start competing in jiu-jitsu or something. But that's so far down the road, you know. I try not to think too far ahead, you know, because right now I just got to think about Sunday, bro. Because
MMA until you're ready to go somewhere else, you know?
MMA forever till the day I die.
So before we take a commercial break, we're going to ask you a question real quick. This is from the fans. They wanted us to ask this question.
Oh
Who's
shit.
your favorite fighter in combat sports? It could be boxing, it could be MMA, it could be wherever you want. Who's your favorite fighter and why?
My teammate Ryan Hoover. He's a man.
Why?
Oh shit, dude! You see this guy, bro? Watch this guy fight, man, and he trains with me, and he helps me out a lot, you know. And I really love my own. Anyone that fights out of clinch martial arts, all y'all are my favorite fighters. How about that?
Okay, let's see. Wrote this. Rick Caruso says bare knuckle MMA. You could try that someday. He's a bare knuckle fighter, pro bare knuckle fighter. He's one of my boys, been supporting me for years.
I mean, shit, you know, it just kind of it sucks because it doesn't really go on your record. I think for regular MMA, you know, like I don't know, it's just not something I'm thinking about right now. For now, you know, I'm signed with Fury, and the goal is to get to the UFC. You know, so that's the path I'm on, and that's the dream. You know, it's like UFC, all the other fighting, like, it's all respect. I respect every form of fighting, martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, bare knuckle, but it's like, we know what the NFL of fighting is, and that's the UFC, and that's where I want to be.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen you training in some of your fights, and if you ever when you go to the UFC, I feel sorry for that weight division.
That's right.
I've seen you're one of those upcoming fighters ready to fight in UFC, and that weight class division. Are you going to be in multiple weight class divisions, or are you going to just like straight out stay at that weight division the whole?
And I plan on staying at 55, but I'm big, bro, and the cuts as I get older, I'm sure will get tougher. I don't know when it will be. I know we're years from it, but I'm sure one day I'll move up to 70. But for now, I think I'm pretty good at 55. I've been making this weight since I was 18 years old. I wrestled 157 in college, so.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, I was at 140, and I'm at 210 right now. No, 212. I'm a big boy.
I was a lot smaller, like it wasn't as hard of a cut. Even when I first started fighting, I was only walking around at like 168 pounds, but now I can get up to, I don't even want to say how big I can get, but I can get big, so it's a much tougher cut, but it's still really doable, and it's still, relatively easy.
What's funny is my wrestling coach would never let me stay at one weight class. He put me at 135, 140, 142, 145, or 152. I'm like, I couldn't even stay. He kept me going up and down, and I hated it.
Man, I used to have to in high school. I would weigh in my senior year. I'd weigh in at like 145, and then almost always get bumped to 152 to wrestle just whoever the tougher kid was, or whatever the case may be. There was one, we had a duel tournament. It was like 9 duels. I weighed in at 145 both days, and I don't think I wrestled one fucking match at 145. I think I wrestled them all at 152. So that's wrestling, man. That's why we love it.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. So let's take a commercial break. Our last sponsors, and we'll come back for a few more questions and comments from all the fans out there watching. Get this to look right here.
Hey, man, I gotta know. What are they biting on?
The end of my line. Here, try one of these finesse crawlers from D&D.
D&D baits are top quality baits in a large variety of colors and styles. D&D baits have been proven to work better than the national brands in the waters here in the Pacific Northwest. They create their baits custom to the water conditions. D&D makes the baits no one else will have. Catch D&D baits on Facebook. Land more fish.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys hear that. It said that the Northeast fishing is for the fishing water out there. It could be anywhere in the United States waters. You can fish in the ocean, rivers. His baits work awesome. He's got flavors, colors, you name it. Check his website out. Give him more details. He'll contact you if you want to order some baits. Believe me, you'll like what you see, and you will catch some fish. Thank you for sponsoring us, supporting us for the last few years. All right, let's bring him back on the stage. T Sizzle. All right. I like that name, man. I like that. You should keep using that.
Oh, thank you, brother. This is what they call me at the gym, So
they're going to make you use it.
That's right. That's right. I better just steer into it. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So a lot of fighters don't like hearing this question. Who are you calling out, and why would you call this person out?
Bro, it's just like, I just don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't care. Like, just whoever, man. I feel like I don't even really gotta call anybody out. I feel like I'm just walking along. I'm just walking a path, right? And it's just whoever I fucking see, that wants to start some shit. Let's go. So I don't have any like dream fights. My dream fight is just like just whatever's next, bro. I just like fighting with anyone. So it really doesn't matter. I don't have a call out. Shit right now, I guess Hector Sainz, that'd be my fucking call out because that's who I'm fighting next. So that's all I can really think about, Have you seen Hector lately?
I have not seen him in like a few months.
Well, if you see him, tell him I'm looking for him.
I'm at he's in the 155s, ain't he?
That's who I'm fighting next. That's who I'm fighting Sunday.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's kind of actual. Like you'll fight anybody, anywhere, any place, whoever promoter or the person that sets up the fight, whoever's in front of you, you're gonna fight. That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
I mean, it's just, it's whatever. Like, if the timeline makes sense, it's like, I'm not going to fight January 21st and then someone call me January 28th. We got this for, look, I'm on my own journey. I'm on Tracy time, bro. So I'll fight whoever on Tracy time. Whenever Tracy ready to get in there and fight, I'll fight whoever on whenever, so, that's what it is. It's not, no, it's whatever, bro. It's just whatever, man. I don't really care.
So if would you take a fight that makes sense or a fight that wouldn't make sense? You know what I mean? Like, why am I fighting a guy that's 0-20 when I'm like 6-2? Or you would just like
Man, here's the thing, bro. It's like here's the thing. Look, I'm not trying to fight no 0-20, but it's like if my opponent backs out and it's like 2 days notice and that's who they can get, like that's who they can get, like that's what it's got to be. I'm fighting on the date that I said I was gonna fight on, but like I'm not trying to fucking can crush, bro. Like I'm trying to fight guys that belong and show that I belong more than they belong.
right.
So
That's right. Because I know.
And when you're fighting the shitty guys, bro, it's almost more nerve-wracking because it's like I better not go over here and trip over my own feet because then I'm gonna lose to a shitty guy, But like when you're fighting the good guys, it's like it's a little bit more like it's just like you're just worried about whooping their ass, You're not worried about, oh my god, if I lose to this fucking shit can, everyone's gonna think I suck,
This is what really confuses me. I've seen fighters in the BKFC, UFC, fought Bellator, whatever. I'm not sure if you ever heard of this name before. Felony Bennett. He
Charles Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. He. I'm not laughing at you, Charles, but the record. Somebody sent me his record, like all the losses he had, and the fighting game is what it is. What it is. They want to have you fight somebody. Do you feel like that most promotions want to help this guy get a win, or he's just throwing himself out there?
Oh, I bet that they probably hit him up late notice, pay him more than they would normally pay because it's late notice, and he goes in there and fights probably with not much training. And I mean, I bet that's how it goes. I don't know, but shit, he's got a name. Everybody knows who Charles Bennett is, so he's viral as fuck. So like, if you could fight him and beat him, like that's just cool on your resume. I know he's probably over the hill and got a lot of losses, but I bet what he's doing is just cashing in on these late notice opportunities, getting paid more than he could probably make otherwise. And that's just what it is. And then for the other side, like, sweet, bro. If they told me tomorrow, hey, bro, Hector pulled, but we got you Charles Crazy Horse Bennett, I'll be like, dude, fuck yeah, this is crazy. I get to fight this fucking kind of a legend, even if he's got an upside down record, it's like everybody knows this guy, so that's sick.
So, it's like, I'm sorry to bring these questions on you, but it's like, it popped in my head, like, why are these fighters, like, you're making this with a pro debut versus a guy that's like, had over 30 fights, right? I would put a pro debut with a pro debut. You know what I mean? Then work after that. But I mean, it's like you're taking that pro debut guy against a guy who has over 40, 50 fights. I mean, what are they accomplishing?
Shit, they're padding that record, man. It's all a game, bro. Like it's a game. It's not the who took the hardest fight on principle and did this and that the right way. Like it's not that, bro. Like as much as we'd like to believe it is, like it's not really that, so yeah, I mean, two pro debuts against each other makes sense. I pro debuted against another pro debut, but that guy fucking sucked. Sorry. But
thank you for getting to my point, man. I was hoping you were gonna say something like that.
But like if it would have been, you like you said, there's guys out there with a ton of pro fights and upside down records that I probably would have beat the fuck out of too, so
all right.
it's just a game, bro. Like when you see crazy shit like this, like mismatches or whatever, you just gotta know, like it's a fight game, and you don't know what happened. You don't know if somebody pulled. You don't know if it's a late notice. You just don't know, bro. So you just have to accept anything and everything you see in the fight game, man. Because that's just, hey, me and you, us two jackasses on this show, ain't about to change it.
True. That's true. So let's talk about your sponsors. Give your sponsors a little shout out here. Let them know that you're showing them brand and their logos, and you appreciate the support.
Let's go. And Pro Plumbing in Claremore, Oklahoma, the best plumbers around, bro. You guys got to hit these guys up, bro. These guys have helped me so much. I can't even, like I said, I could deep dive into all of these. So I gotta just go. I love you guys. Route 66 Sports Bar in Claremore, or as us real ones call it, Buckets. It's called Route 66 Sports Bar, but like, when me and the homies go there, it ain't, you want to go to Route 66 Sports Bar, it's Buckets. So shout out Buckets. These guys have been a long time sponsor. Same with And Pro Plumbing. These guys are the best. And then Wilburn Realty Group, Jessica Wilburn. This lady, I mean, I don't know what I did to get so lucky. I'm like an adopted son, and she really takes care of me. She's she's like the general of the army that gets me where I need to go, as far as like get my paperwork done, my travel shit done. She stays on top of me about the shit I'm not on top of myself, as far
You
as
might forget it sometimes, right?
yeah, I call her I call her my momager, she's like my manager and my mom all in one, and Claremore Youth Wrestling Club, Claremore Wrestling, these motherfuckers built me. Okay. So without Claremore Wrestling, there is no T-Sizzle. So shout out to Claremore Wrestling Club and all the coaches, Chad Willard, Caleb Freeman, all these guys. C Love, y'all know what's up. C Love, all these guys. Coach Jan, I know I shouldn't even start shouting out names because then you forget a name and you piss somebody off, so you don't want to do that. So just shout out everybody involved with Claremore Wrestling at all levels.
All right, guys. You heard from Tracy Reader. So he's going to give a shout out to the promotion that he's fighting right now. He's going to give you the date, the time, if you could buy it pay-per-view online and whatnot. So let's give it to him, buddy.
Fury 85 co-main event, Houston, Texas. Main card starts at 4:30. Your boy will fight probably around like 6:30 or something like that. It's on UFC Fight Pass. You could buy it, or you could start your free trial and then cancel it right when I'm done fighting and then reactivate it when I'm fighting again. Okay, so that's for us penny pinchers out there. There's going to be a watch party at Paycheck Martial Arts. I know a couple of the homies from Clinch are getting together to watch it, on Fight Pass, so everybody check it out, man.
So at the end of my show here, I will get a link from him, all the info. I'll share it from all the pages that we have. And make sure you share this live feed with your fans on your page. And I appreciate your time coming on my show, even though you have bad weather out there and you're trying to get shit done,
That's okay, man. Hey, I always make time for you, brother.
We'll be glad to have you back on after your fight. We'll talk a little bit about that more. So just shoot me a message after the fight. We'll get you back on and talk about it.
All right, man. Sounds good, brother. Thanks for having me, man.
You're welcome. Have a good day. Thank you for being on Fuller Broadcast. All right, guys. You heard it from Tracy T-Sizzle. He's a proud father of 4 cats, which it's being a father, and that's a lot of work you have to do. Make sure you go to his page, follow him, get more info about his upcoming fights, future fight, his training. This is the guy to watch out for. I've seen his videos. I've seen his training. I've seen his fights. Give him a follow. You won't be disappointed. Thank you for watching a Fuller Broadcast show. I'm out. Peace out.